Om. Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम ये मे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदांता योगाः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्र भाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म योग विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण योग वेदांत साधन द्वारा आत्मानुभूति कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता पुरोभिद्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने निष्ठित अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां पूर्णायुरारोग्यादि प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलना साधना शक्ति सानुकूलता प्राप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापने दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन मध्ये श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रस्य व्यास भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न वयं सर्वे अनुग्रहेण मोक्षार्थं करिष्यामहे। आदौ योग दर्शनाचार्याणां स्मरणम्। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलिमहर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलिमहर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलिमहर्षये नमः। ओम व्यासमहर्षये नमः। ओम व्यासमहर्षये नमः। ओम व्यासमहर्षये नमः। ओम अथ श्री महर्षि पतंजलि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रम तृतीय पादः विभूति पादः. Friends, remember the sequence. We have to have the moksha. Moksha is from the dukkha and have the sukha or ananda. Dukkha is happening because of this bandhanam, or dukkha itself is called as bandhanam. And what is the dukkha bandhana? Is nothing but drashta drushya sanyoga. Okay. This drashta drushya sanyoga is strengthened continuously by ignorance. One side the ignorance of self, other side it has got kleshas and vasanas. Therefore, when the avidya goes away, then only drashta drushya sanyoga goes away, then only drashta is freed from the modifications that are happening on the drushya, identifying with which as a samsari earlier he was suffering. Now, how the avidya will go away? Only through the viveka khyati. है ना? How the viveka khyati will come? When there is jnana deepti. How the jnana deepti will come? When the ashuddhi goes away. And how the ashuddhi goes away? When we do the anushtana of the yoga angas. See, yoga anga anushthanat ashuddhi shaye kshaye jnana deepti aviveka khyati. So the viveka khyati removes the avidya. Avidya removal reduces or removes identity with drashta and drushya. To that extent, drashta gets freed from the drushya. So drashta ka drushya se mukti pana hi mukti hai in yoga darshan. In that only, when drashta has nothing to identify with the drushya called Vrutthis, he experiences his own self called as drashtuho swarupe avasthanam kaivalyam. Okay, therefore, the gurus have taught us and we are learning this yoga anga anushtana or yoga anga or ashtanga yoga. But always remember, this can never help us when only it is theory. We have to practice. So, ashtanga yoga is the minimum practice of spirituality, beginning practice of spirituality. Unless this is done, kriya yoga, and from there to abhyasa vairagya yoga, we can never travel to, take the commitment with the understanding that Ashtanga Yoga has to be done. Okay. In this again, the reverse gear is important. What is reverse gear is? Unless the samadhi is achieved, Chitta vritti nirodha cannot happen. Unless dhyana is done, samadhi cannot be done. Without dharana, how can you do the dhyana? And these dharana, dhyana, samadhi are antaranga sadhanas. And unless the bahiranga sadhanas are done, one cannot be qualified for antaranga sadhana. Not think that कि हो चुका है अभी पांच साधना है अब let us straight away start doing the dharana dhyana. Never it will be achievable. Without bahiranga sadhana, we can never become qualified for antaranga. No use of any emotions here. Don't demand any excuses or any of the compromises or any of the incentives or grace here. Nothing works. साधना के अलावा और कुछ काम नहीं करता. Therefore, only after succeeding in Bahiranga sadhana, successfully we can succeed in the Antaranga. Then only the Ashuddhikshaya, Jnana Deepti, Aviveka Kyati, Avidya Nirvrutti, then Drashtu Darshana Sanyoga will be removed. Drashta is freed from the Drushya Bandhana. He is Muktana. In this also, we have to achieve the last one. Pratyahara. Without the pratyahara, dharana cannot be. And without pranayama, we cannot successfully do the pratyahara. And without sitting, how can you do the pranayama? And without managing our own selves, how can do with the asana? The managing ourselves is the niyama sadhana. And never ever niyama we can attempt unless we make our vyavahara with the world proper, which is hinted as yama sadhanas. Yama में पांच दिया, ये पांच minimum है. Related to all these five, all have to be included in the yama sadhanas and they have to be done. So yama is to be fully done and its fulfillment is in yamas. Yama niyama completely achieved alone takes us to the asana. That alone takes us to pranayama. Means we become qualified to do and achieve. Then only we can be successful in doing pratyahara. With this yama niyama asana prana pratyahara, pancha bahiranga sadhana mastered. Then only we can attempt it the antaranga sadhanas of dharana dhyana samadhi. Again in that also, if you take the niyama sadhanas, first we have to do shaucha, then only we can go for santosha, then only there is a chance for tapaha, then only there is a abilityness for sadhyaya, all that done, then only we have the right for Ishvara Pranidhana. So in the yama sadhanas, only when we do the himsa, then we go to the next one satya, then only we go to asteya, then only the brahmacharya, then only aparigraha. So every sadhana has the step-by-step development. Never ever think that haphazardly anything can be done anytime and anything will happen. नहीं होता वो. At one level we are ignorant of all spirituality. The second level of ignorance even after entering spirituality is not caring the sequence of sadhanas. And we don't get benefit. अब देखो क्यों हमको प्रगति नहीं हो रही है, ना समझा ना सिस्टमैटिकली किया. You understand, spirituality is more scientific than the science in its connectivity, in its development of sadhana from step 1 to step 2. Just like unless you do viveka, how can the vairagya comes? Unless you do viveka vairagya, how can you quieten the mind? Without quietening the mind, how you can quieten your indriyas? Without doing the indriya niyantrana, how natural withdrawal will come? Parati. Then only we can shift for the next level of titiksha. Then the development of Shraddha becomes unobstructed. Then only Samadhana. With these things only, we can feel that mumukshuta in us. Then we go to Guru for Shravana, then the Manana, then Nididhyasa. As brick by brick, we construct the house. Systematically, ना? कोई भी ऐसा नहीं होता. पहले बेसमेंट बनाया, पिलर बनाया, दीवार बनाए. Is there anything in the world done successfully and without being systematic? Even putting the thread in the needle also needs a system. You can't have that thread end blunt and enters. It has to be so made sharp, then only it will go through. From that putting the thread in the needle to sending the rocket in the Chandamama or the satellite, it has to follow a system. In the same way, cooking is a system. Then eating the food is a system. Maintaining the health of the body is a system. We can't do erratically anything. When you come to Adhyatmic Jivan also, it is systematic. Everything, Jnana Marga is systematic. है साधन चतुष्टय संपन्नाधिकारिणाम मोक्ष साधन भूतम तत्विवेक प्रकारम वक्ष्यामः. So to the bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Swaranam, Padsevanam, Archana Mandaram, Dasyam, Sakyam, Nivedanam. Here also in yoga, Yama, Ahimsa, Satyaste, Brahmacharya, Parigraha, Niyama, Shaucha, Santosha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara, Pranidhana, then only Asana, then Pranayama, then Pratyahara. After these 5 Bahiranga sadhanas done, then only we are qualified for the Antaranga sadhanas of Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. Keep this in mind, uncompromising. And find patience, find energy, find inspiration to take initiative and do the thing from the scratch onwards. Nothing wrong. No day, never it is delayed for spirituality in a sense that we have to feel disappointed. Every movement is a golden movement to restart. But it is in us that zeal and zest must be there to restart and never stop till it is reached. Okay. Now having studied, not done any of sadhana, the Bahiranga sadhana, with that the second sadhana pada concluded. Now to teach us the Antaranga sadhana, the third Vibhuti pada has begun. So Antaranga sadhanas only three. Three each of the sutra explained. We have studied it yesterday, day before. Okay. And mind you, these three sadhanas achievement of Dharana Dhyana Samadhi leading to Sanyama of the Mana not only is required for the further yoga sadhanas of the Sampragnata Samadhi. Remember, Bahiranga sadhana to achieve Sampragnata yoga, Antaranga sadhana to achieve Sampragnata yoga. Tashtanga yoga is a sadhana, abhyasa for achieving Sampragnata yoga. Means you know everything in the thoughts and you also know that you are the knower. Then through Vivekakhyati and Paravairagya, whatever Samyak Prajna I have of the thoughts and the objects contained in the thoughts, when I reject all of them with Paravairagya, that they are all changing, modifiable, identifying with them, I get only samsara. In that Paravairagya, then Samyak Prajna of the thoughts also is dropped. Then Asampragnata Samadhi, Asampragnata Yoga, and finally the Vritti Nirodha जब हो जाता है, that Asampragnata Yoga में there is nothing for the Purusha to identify with, therefore he gets identified with himself called as Swarupe Avasthana. So Ashtanga Yoga is the means for Sampragnata Yoga, Samadhi and Yoga. Samadhi और योग में फर्क क्या है? In Samadhi the attention is on the Chitta. In Yoga the attention is on the self which is aware of the Chitta. And goal is never Samadhi. Samadhi is achieved in any of the bhumikas of Kshipta, Moda, Vikshipta and Ekagra bhumis. And that is only like applying the force on something. When the force is removed, again it backs to square one. Our goal is not Samadhi, our goal is Yoga. Okay, Yoga ha Chitta Vritti Nirodha kaha, Samadhi nahi kaha. Samadhi is only a means. Now, not only for this, for the Bhakti Sadhana, for the Jnana Marga, for the Karma Yoga, even to live a decent life outwardly to succeed, these Dharana Dhyana Samadhi are very, very essential. Therefore, in the entire scriptural and spiritual literature and sadhana of the whole universe of all religions, what is at the hub level, that is what we are studying in the first 3-4 sutras. Though appear to be very simple in understanding, but in practice it may take 10 lives, but it is so important than anything. It is like the main entrance to enter into any pilgrim place. है ना? मेन एंट्रेंस होता है कि नहीं, वो वाला ये है, उसमें से जाओ तभी पा सकते हैं आप उस मंदिर में भगवान का दर्शन. ओके, लेट अस स्टार्ट. ओम अथ विभूति पादः तृतीयः. देन द सूत्रास आर देशबन्धः चित्तस्य धारणा, देशबन्धः चित्तस्य धारणा, तत्र प्रत्यय एकतानता ध्यानं, तत्र प्रत्यय एकतानता ध्यानं. So these two we have seen, even the third also we touched. Just to browse through, what is the Antaranga Sadhana, first one, totally the sixth of the Yoga Angas, Dharana. What is Dharana is? Chittasya Dharana. It is a sadhana of the Chitta. So what sadhana of the Chitta is called Dharana is Desha Bandha. Tying down the Chitta to one Desha. Okay. So here uh, two things are important. One is the outer and inner alambanas for binding the chitta to the place. Exclusively one place they are given to us by the Bhashyakara Vyasa Bhagwan. Definition तो समझ लेना, एक देश में चित्त को बांध के रखना is धारणा. Why all that is? Because see, we have to realize the self. What is the obstruction for not allowing us to realize self? Who is that? Our own chitta and all. Why that chitta is not allowing us? Because it is not single pointed. Why it is not single pointed? What do you mean by it is not single pointed? It is running. And where is it running? It is running in these three places only. Therefore, wherever it is running, using that and that alone, we have to bring it back to the single pointed Ekagra Bhumika. That is the logic behind the necessity of these sadhanas. So where is my mind running? Mind or chitta, same. It is running in the place. Therefore, should I not control it with regard to the place? That is why the need of the dharana sadhana. And where is the mind running other than the place? It is running into the objects. Now, should I not hold the mind with the help of focusing it on one object only for it to be single pointed, so that I can focus on the pure self through the Viveka Khyati? Yeah, therefore the need of the dharana. Next, should I not do it by my choice as long as it is required? Yeah, that is why the need of the samadhi sadhana. So therefore, deshataha bandhanam of the chitta is called as dharana. Vastutaha bandhanam of the chitta is called dhyana. Kalataha bandhanam of the chitta is called the samadhi. Therefore, desha kala vastu, in which by learning the mind is creating the whole world. When the mind is controlled with regard to these three, that controlled mind is the one which helps us in either the siddhis one side, which will be mentioned here, which are not our goals, which only are told to us only as the signposts. With the same one, we can pursue through the Viveka Khyati, the Drashtu Swarupe Avastha. Okay. So the Desha Bandha Chittasya Dharana. So which are the Deshas? So inside ourselves, what are talked are the Shat Chakras. मूलाधार स्वादिष्ठान मणिपुर अनाथ विशुद्ध आज्ञा इवन सहस्रार. थोड़ा कुछ मेंशन किया व्यास भगवान ने, अदर्स ही हैज नॉट मेंशन्ड. ही स्टार्टेड विद मणिपुर बिकॉज मूलाधार स्वादिष्ठान ज्यादा देह तादात्म्य लौकिक संबंध ही होता है वो. एनीवे वी हैव टू ट्रांसेंड देम आल्सो, बट ego starts at the manipura level. Therefore he gave us from that. This is Shat Chakra for the dharana. So sit straight, close the eyes, bring the mind to that particular place. Place की बात हो रही है यहाँ. Okay. Second point is what? Within ourselves only, the nasikagra or jihva agra or talu. These are also the points given to us for focusing chitta with respect to the place called as dharana. Then the bahiranga alambanas, bahya alambanas are a lamp you can see, and a flame, any object you can, whatever of your choice, any place, your choice you can. The goal is what? The chitta should be steady in that place. You know that best example of Dronacharya teaching his disciples. After some teaching, he just wanted to test them. So there is a bird kept on a tree, a wooden bird, not a living bird. A living bird will not stay for these fellows to do the practice or exercise. It will fly away. So ये तो handmade bird it is, not real bird. So that plastic, some not plastic, wooden bird कुछ होगा ऐसा. So then everybody were asked. When Duryodhana was asked, he became so philosophical and all. कि उनको तो bird के साथ साथ सारा दुनिया भी दिख रहा था. Then Everybody were asked, they were saying this, that, this, that. Up to Yudhishthira level it came, I can see the tree branch and the bird. When came Arjuna's turn, for him, Desha Bandha. He was so much perfect in that dharana that other than the bird's eye place, he was not seeing anything. So we have understood the definition of Deshabandha Chittasya Dharana. We have understood the inner and outer alambanas for doing this practice. We gave the example also. Clear? Now one very crucial thing about it here is Vyasa Bhagavan Bhashyakara says is what? Ki Bahyeva Vishaye Chittasya then Vrutti Matrena Bandha iti Dharana. Please remember. Vrutti Matrena Bandha iti Dharana. Vrutti Matra Bandha means what? Like when I am focusing on my Anahata Chakra pe hi mera drishti hona. Yaar, when I am focusing on a particular place, let us say, on that place only my vritti should be focused, not no further projection of any thoughts related to that particular place as well as my relation with it. You understood? Like I am told to focus on this wall. There should be a vritti of the wall, and on that vritti is my focus continuously. This practice dharana. More than that, this wall is of which color, and this wall is made up of what material, and how much of the cost it must have incurred. No, there's no dharana happening here. Yes, samsara is happening. And if this wall collapses, you understand how many coolies might have made it, how much of the cost it must have incurred. Is the material good quality? How long it will last? None of these secondary thoughts other than that particular place should be entertained. That's what vritti matra. Become little subtle to catch this point. Vritti matrena. First of all, thought of the object is the focus, not the object per se. Second is, after that thought of the object, about that object, the secondary level of thoughts of any sort are not allowed. This type of bandhana of the chitta with regard to desha is called as dharana. Of karo practice, technique diya gaya abhi, we have to master. And 5-6 lives minimum it will take to master it. Not as it is easy as it is said. Like from 30 years we are listening विवेक विवेक. शुरू हुआ क्या हमने सोचना? शुरू ही नहीं किया, पाने की बात दूर. Like some people, every day they think of doing yoga asanas, getting up in the morning. ये सोच 40 साल से हम कर रहे हैं, शुरू ही नहीं किया. Some people 4 बजे उठकर मैं अपना पूजा जप करूँ, 20 साल से सोच रहे. And some of you think चलो स्वामी जी को हेल्प करते हैं इस शास्त्रों के प्रचार में. Very genuinely are thinking, and you will continue thinking for next 10 years. Isn't it? In thinking you are so sincere. करना पड़ता है. So deshabandha chittasya dharana. Every day we have to make ours together. Now for that the earlier यमन में असदिस यमन यमादि करोगे नहीं ना, तो इवन फॉर सम टाइम यू ट्राई टू स्ट्रगल टू डू धारणा अभ्यास, वो होगा भी नहीं सक्सेसफुल. थोड़ा उसमें पकड़ भी आया वो फिजल आउट हो जाएगा, बिकॉज वी हैव नॉट डन द यमन यम. देयर इज नो अहिंसा सत्यास्ते ब्रह्मचर्य परिग्रह. Isn't it? Straight away in army, do they give them the LMGs or any Sten guns or machine guns? ऐसे थोड़ी देते. पहले उनको सिंगल बैरल डबल बैरल गन देकर with that maturity slowly they are given the higher equipments. Isn't it? Straight away cardiology hospital में cardiac operation के लिए नहीं ले जाते. ये जूडा को, जूडा means junior doctors. First they are taught how to give anesthesia and observe. कम भी देने से anesthesia, you will have a दर्द. ज़्यादा देने से उसको बाहर ही नहीं आएगा उससे for next step. तो the dosage, the patient, the age, anesthesia देना शुरू, injection देना शुरू, dressing शुरू, ये सब करा के then later on stitches कैसे करना कराते हैं. Then slowly scalpel देकर हाथ में थोड़ा सा ऐसा काटो, then the inner part, then the surgery. You can't be just like that and become neurosurgeon, cardiosurgeon overnight. It's a process, isn't it? Suddenly you are given, not given a, what do you call, the pilot ka job for a Yuddha Vimana. What a speed of that. You are given first ground duty, then later on the aviation knowledge. अब देखकर धीरे 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 करते. In spirituality also, it is a science, it is systematic, it's to be thoroughly digested, understood, digested, then take up and start doing one. That's why it takes so many lives. So Deshavantah Chittasya Dharana. So one place our attention is Dharana. Now continuing it is the next level. What is it? Towards what is the next thing in which the Chitta runs is Vastu Drushti se. Therefore, from the Vastu standpoint, with regard to Vastu, when the Chitta is held or controlled, that is called as Dhyana. That is what is the next Sutra number 2. Let us chant that 3 times. Tatra Pratyaya Ekatanata Dhyanam. Tatra Pratyaya Ekatanata Dhyanam. Tatra Pratyaya Ekatanata Dhyanam. First understand the sutra, then through the Bhashya. Tatra means what? Tasmin only. That place where you have done the dharana, there alone is dhyana is practiced. That is why the word tatra is important. So, for example, I have taken for the dharana sadhana my own hridaya pundariko anahata as a alambana. And through dharana, I could hold my chitta's attention single pointedly in my hridaya. Then there pratyaya ko le aao now. The pratyaya is form because the mind cannot stay anywhere without the form आलम्बन भागता रहेगा वो. So एक फॉर्म देकर उस मन को उधर नेल डाउन करना है. You have to just nail it there because place is not sufficient, because it is running with regard to object also. It has to be brought. Therefore, our own Ishta Devata Rupa or Ishta Rupa. Better is Ishta Devata, but Ishta Rupa, but you may get attachments to that. That is why Ishta Devata doesn't, he doesn't allow us to attach to him. इसलिए उनका, like your own Krishna Kanaya or your own Bhagavan Ram or Bhagavan Shiva or Mata Rani. Isn't it the entire Divya Mangala Rupa of Balak Bhagavan of Ayodhya? So that is called Pratyaya. Eka means one, Tanata means flow. Eka Tanata means flow of our thoughts only about that one particular object at that one particular place on which we could focus because of dharana. So धारणा करके इस जगह पे दृष्टि लगाने का जो हमने मास्टरी किया, उसी जगह पे चुना हुआ एक वस्तु के प्रति निरंतर वृत्तियों का प्रसरण is ध्यानम. So to the exclusion of other places, focusing at one place is dharana. To the exclusion of all other objects, focusing on one object is called dhyana. So simple in understanding. Now do it. That is why in all our Purana Itihasa, for dharana dhyana, Vaikuntha Loka, that is Krishna of that Loka. These are all for dharana. Then in that Bhagavan Vishnu, in the Sheshashai, or standing with Shankachakra Gada Padma, that Rupa Varnana is given for dhyana. There may be hands of the Vishnu we maintained, feet of the Vishnu maintained, face of the Vishnu maintained, but all are about one object only. That is Vishnu. Therefore, it falls under the category of dhyana. In the next level, as we saw in Bhagavatam, in that also, only on one aspect of Vishnu, maybe his smile, or his eyes, or his Bhrumadhya, or his Charana, on that only exclusively. Also, we can do the dhyana. Dhyana means Vastu Pradhanam. Pratyaya Eka Tanata. Tanoti means continuously flowing. Eka means one. Pratyaya means object. Tatra means in the place where through dharana you could hold the mind. So example is the Anahat, Hridaya Pundarika. So in that, your own Ishta Devata. अब देखो ट्राई करके आंख बंद करो, नींद आती है और वी रन समवेयर बिकॉज द मूढ़ भूमिका क्षिप्त भूमिका. You understood? When we practice, we know at what level Kshiptata, Mudata we are in. And why is it? Because eating, sleeping, watching TV, enjoying the worldliness. Other than that, where have we awarefully did something substantial and concrete? A bada subject. If we started, it's a 1 hour lecture. Let us stick to the only subject. Ekatanata of the pratyaya is called as dhyanam. So tasmin deshe, in that place only, dheya alambanasya pratyayasya, है ना, ध्येय आलम्बना मतलब ध्यान करने के लिए जिस प्रत्यय को आपने चुना है, ध्येय आलम्बन से प्रत्यय से एकतानता. What is ekataनसा? सदृशः प्रवाहः. Sadrusha means same, similar thoughts continuously flowing. In what way? Pratyayantarena aparamrushtaha. Not touched by any dissimilar, different thoughts. Only the thought of that particular object repeatedly entertained. It is called as dhyanam. You can see the Om symbol, you can see the swastik symbol. That is also a dheya vastu only. जिनको जो पसंद है, आई लव शंख, वो करो ध्यान उस पे, वस्तु कुछ भी हो, बट डिवाइन है तो लेटर ऑन इट विल बी यूजफुल. दैट इज हाउ द प्रत्यय इज our own Ishta Devata or Guru Maharaj and their entire Mangala Vigraha, we can think. Now see, for this only is not in Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, the Murti Puja is given and how important and essential it is. Not knowing this, anyway the other religious stupid fellows, they only want to find fault with us. Who's Behakuf ko to chodo. Within our own Sanatana Dharma, what is Murti Puja? Why Murti Puja? Murak? You need to do that Murti Puja for your own dhyana. Only then the mind is in your control. With controlled mind only, you can conceive the goal, you can plan the goal, you can execute the plan of the goal, you can reach it. Even your useless, wretched, worldly goal also. Not knowing this, Bevakuf log, no Murti Puja, all of that they talk. Hare Rama. And Murti is not only form. Anything conditioned by Desha Kala is called Murti. So the other religions, है ना, कोई फेलो संडे करता है, कोई करता है नॉर्थ की तरफ. दैट संडे इन नॉर्थ आल्सो इज मूर्ति ओनली, बिकॉज संडे इज ए काल, द नॉर्थ इज ए देश, एंड देश काल ही मूर्ति कहा जाता है. दिस सटल अंडरस्टैंडिंग दोज डोंट हैव मूर्ख, एंड दे क्वेश्चन आवर ओन देवतास, मूर्तिस, एंड दे ब्रेक देम, दे डिस्ट्रॉय देम, एंड दे मेक देयर ओन नॉनसेंस देयर. कितना मूर्खता है देखो उनका. वी शुड नॉट स्टूप टू दैट लेवल. We have the Murti Upasana only for getting the Dhyana Abhyas. Because mind cannot stick without an alambana of the Rupa. कोशिश करके देखो, हाँ हमेशा कोई ना कोई रूप हमारे वृत्ति में है कि नहीं. It can be object or a person or a place, isn't it? So we have seen two of them. Tomorrow again we'll see the Dhyanam, Samadhi. Then the three together is called Samyama. And Samyamita Chitta is the minimum thing in the spirituality we have to achieve to begin with. After which, whether you want to do the Ashta, Yoga Sadhana Chittavritti Nirodha, Bhakti Sadhana Sharnagati, Vedanta Sadhana Chintanam, only after the Samyamanam. That's why everywhere that is talked. All these topics are very crucial. Don't miss them. Tomorrow we'll study. Straight away, 1 minute, Dharana Dhyana will be told. Samadhi topic we discuss, then Samyama. Thereafter, the beautiful sutras. Om Shanti 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 Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.